morning, beloveds. As we gather here today, I invite you to settle into this moment. Take a moment to release any distractions from the world outside, any thoughts about what comes next. Maybe you need to shake it off in order to really relax. We've got a lot of really big, heavy things going on these days. Feel your body in this space, grounded, supported, and present. In this stillness, we connect to something deeper, something more rooted than the rush of our daily lives. Let this breath be an anchor for us. Now let's center ourselves with a meditation from Renewal, a simple but powerful practice of renewal. Breathe in and know you are alive. Breathe out and know that this moment is enough. Breathe in and receive the gift of renewal. Breathe out and release all that you carry. You are here. You are whole. You are beloved. As we come back into the rhythm of this space, let us carry that stillness with us. Each breath, each moment of presence is a reminder that renewal is not something we wait for. It is something we create right here, right now. In this breath, we are reminded that we are enough, and that even in the midst of all that we carry, we have the power to begin again. Friends, I don't know about you, but I need that renewal. The world we live in asks so much of us. The work of justice, of healing, of simply making it through each day, it can feel relentless. The news cycles, the struggles in our communities, the personal burdens we carry. There's always something demanding our attention, always another need, another crisis, another call to act. And when we are constantly giving, constantly pouring ourselves into the needs of others, where does our own renewal come from? How do we keep going without burning out? Too often, we treat renewal like an afterthought, something we can get to once we've finished everything else, once the to-do list is clear, once we've helped everyone who needs us, once we've proven that we deserve it. But I want to offer a radical idea today. Renewal isn't a luxury. It isn't something we earn after we've done enough. Renewal is a birthright. It is a necessity. And if we do not claim it, if we do not practice it, we will find ourselves depleted, disconnected, and unable to live into the world we are trying to build. If we want to create a just and loving world, we must also create just and loving lives, starting with how we treat ourselves. Renewal is an act of faith in the future. It is the deep, unwavering belief that we are worthy of care, that our bodies and spirits deserve tending, that the work will still be there tomorrow, but we can only do it well if we are whole. Tricia Hersey, founder of the NAP Ministry, teaches that rest is resistance. In her book, Rest is Resistance, she reminds us that in a culture built on grind and productivity, choosing to rest, choosing renewal, is an act of defiance. It says, I'm not just what I produce. I am worthy simply because I exist. So let's make this real. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you rested without guilt? Not just sleep, but true rest. When did you last take a walk with no purpose other than to notice the trees? When did you last allow yourself to stop striving and just be? For me, I know when I haven't been practicing renewal, I get impatient. I lose my sense of humor, and I forget why I love this work. And so I try to weave small acts of renewal into my life, a pause before answering an email, a moment to stretch and breathe between meetings, a cup of tea at the end of the day that isn't multitasking with something else. These little acts matter. Renewal doesn't always have to be grand. It doesn't require a vacation or weeks off, though if you have that, please take it. It can be a quiet moment of stillness, a choice to step away when the weight of the world feels heavy. It can be something as simple as choosing to close your eyes for a few minutes and let the world move around you while you remain still. And yet so many of us struggle with allowing ourselves this grace. We have been taught that busyness is proof of worth, that exhaustion means we're doing enough. Beloveds, we were never meant to live like this. Our spirits were not made for endless labor, for depletion in the name of productivity. Rest is not just resistance, it is restoration. It is remembering who we are outside of what we do. Renewal is not just about us as individuals. It is communal. It is interdependent. When we embrace renewal, we make space for others to do the same. Robin Wall Kimmerer, in The Serviceberry, writes about gift economies, about how in nature, life is built on reciprocity. A tree doesn't hoard its fruit, it offers it freely, trusting that the ecosystem will return the gift in some form. What if we lived that way? What if instead of believing we must do everything alone, we trusted the ebb and flow of community? In our UU values, we lift up interdependence, the idea that we are all woven together, vast living web. And yet so often we resist this truth. We tell ourselves we must do it alone, that needing help is weakness. But interdependence teaches us something different. It says your renewal is bound up in mine. Your ability to rest makes space for my own. When we care for each other, we all become freer. Here's a simple way to practice this. Give someone else permission to rest. If you're a leader, don't over-glorify work. Encourage your team to take breaks. If you're a caregiver, let yourself receive care. If a friend is exhausted, don't just tell them to rest. Bring them a meal. Offer a helping hand. Remind them they're not alone. When we care for each other, we build the world we long for. In my own life, I have learned this lesson the hard way. I spent years believing I had to be everything for everyone, that if I did not do it, no one would, that if I stopped, everything would fall apart. And you know what? The world kept turning when I finally let go. Community moved in. People showed up. And I learned that I'm not indispensable. I am deeply loved. And that is enough. I am enough. In Unitarian Universalism, our values also call us toward transformation. And transformation does not happen when we are running on empty. Love, justice, and equity cannot thrive in exhaustion. Renewal gives us the strength to keep showing up. But transformation is not always easy. It asks us to let go of what no longer serves us. It asks us to trust the unknown. And that can feel uncomfortable, even terrifying. Think about nature, the changing of seasons. A tree that loses its leaves does not panic, wondering if it will ever be full again. It trusts the cycle. It knows that in letting go, it makes space for new life. We too are part of this great cycle, and yet we resist it. We hold on to old patterns, afraid that if we let go, we lose ourselves. But what if renewal is not about losing, but becoming? About making room for something deeper, truer, more aligned with who we are becoming. So here's my invitation to you this week. Choose one act of renewal and commit to it. Just one. Maybe it's setting your phone down and watching the sunset. Maybe it's a full night's sleep without an alarm. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains you and yes to something that fills your spirit. Whatever it is, let it be enough. Let it be holy. And if guilt creeps in, as it often does, remind yourself, rest is not selfish. Renewal is not indulgent. It is necessary. It is sacred. Beloveds, renewal is not an afterthought. It is the foundation of our work, of our relationships, of our shared liberation. We are building a world rooted in justice, equity, transformation, and love. And that means we must build lives that are sustainable, lives that make room for joy, lives that honor our deep need for rest. So let us practice renewal, not just as a reward, but as a sacred right. Let us rest, knowing the work will still be there, and so will we, stronger, clearer, and ready to begin again. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
Please join me now in singing the hymn number 128, Fire of Commitment.